Shopping smart while staying healthy can be a challenge. Supermarkets are designed to make us spend, but are we always making the best choices?
Well, we asked a nutritionist to show us the tips and tricks to eating healthy for less. Sarah Di Lorenzo has built her career around helping people get the most out of their food shopping. Simply.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm Sarah Di Lorenzo, clinical nutritionist, and today I'm going to talk to you about label reading made easy. You don't have to be a scientist to read a label. I've broken it down into 3 key components. Understanding serving size, definitely understanding grams of sugar, looking at the ingredients list.
Supermarkets are full of healthy options. The trick is knowing where to look.
Shelving space in supermarkets is like real estate. Companies pay big money to have things at your eye level. Now, that may not necessarily be the best product for you, so I encourage people to look high and low.
And when it comes to many family favourites, making it yourself is often healthier and cheaper than buying pre-packaged.
It's such an easy way to make your own hazelnut spread is just to simply grab some hazelnuts, put them in your food processor, mix them around. Once they've been blitzed, add a little bit of dark chocolate to it, maybe a little bit of coconut oil just to make the texture a bit creamier. That is your own hazelnut spread, and that's all done in $6.50.
And on the topic of getting the best value for your money, good food doesn't always have to cost the earth if you follow a few simple tips.
Go and get yourself a rewards card. They are fantastic. To control portion and to avoid buying in bulk, shop around the periphery of the supermarket where you go actually to the butcher and to the non-packaged sections and the fruit and veg where you can actually control your portion size. Don't go shopping on a set day. Go shopping as you need. Never go shopping when you're hungry. And remember, the key to success is preparation. So make yourself a list.
And Sarah joins us now. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you for having me.
I find labels completely confusing. So talk us through, what would be your top tips?
So my top tips definitely on label reading is, first of all, and I did create this because I want people to understand they don't have to be a scientist or a nutritionist and have that confidence with a label. So first of all, look at the portion size, look at the serving size in each food. Generally, we live in a world of supersize me, and I think that I see clinically a lot that people don't have that grasp. The second thing
So hang on, with the serving size, what should we be looking for?
Just definitely, like, OK, so per package, say we get a big box of granola, and people will look at that box and they won't understand that there might be 12 or 14 serving sizes in there. So they'll go home and they might have probably 2 or 3 servings per instead of having that one serving size.
So we actually have to work that out ourselves from whatever the volume is and then divide it by 14 or however much they say is the serving size.
And I can tell you one thing, you'll be quite surprised actually what a serving size really is.
Right.
So it's just getting people that greater understanding.
So just on that, is it normally smaller than we think it should be?
Absolutely, and this is it. Like I see clinically a lot, people come in and when I educate people on what serving sizes really are, and it's even that small tin of tuna that you throw in your lunchbox, that's a 95-gram tin tuna. And then the serving size is actually 70 grams.
But why is that then? Because we know most Aussies, if they're going to have some tuna, they'll have the whole tin. In fact, every Aussie will do that.
And they may even have 2 because they're hungry.
So why such a small serving
It's
size?
not. It's what's relative and what we should be having. And the thing that I find is people don't have a true grasp on what portion control is.
Okay.
I think that's where it comes into the obesity and the obesity epidemic.
So even if you're having the whole 95 grams and not the 70 grams, that's OK, but just factor it in with everything else that you're having that day if you're counting your calories.
Well, if you are, and also that's a protein source. But so if you're looking at your protein, you'd be thinking, ideally, you're having protein with each meal.
We'll pull up your tips again on the screen so we can read it. Now, what's number 2 before we interrupted you? Look at the ingredients list.
So I love this one. People just like, for me, these supermarket tours and label reading, understanding the ingredients list is actually knowing what is in the product you're purchasing and feeding your family. So the ingredients list, it goes in a hierarchy from the largest to the smallest. So you look at the largest ingredient and that's the primary one and know that that's primarily what you're buying. You may buy something that you think is a hazelnut spread. The first ingredient is sugar. The second one might be fat. So you might look
Where's the hazelnut?
Where's the hazelnut? That might be a tiny portion of it. So you might want to get a greater understanding of that. Or do what I suggest to people, make your own. A hazelnut spread can cost you $8 or $9, and if you make your own, it can cost you, in the dark chocolate and hazelnuts together, raw, you'd be spending maybe $6, so you're saving
All
there.
right, and now tip number 3, what was that?
Oh, look, I love this one, and I think everyone needs to understand this. It's hidden sugars. When I take people on my supermarket tours and I say to them, there's 16 grams of sugar in this product, they'll go, OK, and they don't really have a grasp of it. But if I say to them, there is 4 teaspoons of sugar in this, and it might just be that tin of tomatoes that you're taking home to put in your bolognese sauce or making a delicious soup or stew, which is so common now in the winter months. When people don't... if I say to them, are you going to go home and put 4 teaspoons of sugar in that? No, just make your own. It's simple. It's a simple solution to avoiding it. And understanding, do you want to make that choice?
We've got some other tips just very quickly. Now, this is for avoiding the chocky bar when you're at the cash register. Some smart shopping tips here to how to avoid those situations. Go through them for us.
OK, so first of all, always shop on a full tummy. I recommend something of a protein or low glycemic index so you're not getting those blood sugar spikes throughout the shopping journey. Second of all, don't take anyone with you. Try and shop alone. When you have a plan, make a plan, stick to it, make your shopping list. Be sure not to go, and also not to go for the hidden extras, because the supermarkets on your customer journey, they do want to get as much money out of you as possible, which is it's a business.
Don't
Why
we
not?
know it, Sarah? Don't we know it?
On your customer journey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great advice.
Sarah, thank you. Yeah, really good.
Really
I'll be
good
thinking
tips.
of you while I'm at the supermarket.
Do you ever go shopping with somebody else?
Well, no, I go shopping with the kids.
Kids, yeah.
And they're the ones at the
completely-
checkout
absolutely.
going, Mum, I want the chocolate.
But not only that, you don't have time to read to read labels often if you've got 3 crazy kids running
Certainly
around.
not.
So best to
Exactly.
go on your own.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Thank you for having me.
Expert
Thank
told
you.
me that.
Yes, we've got an expert right